the new Olight Javelot. Let's check it out. Light is your #1 security tool. And when it comes to flashlights, there's a number of different types. You have your small EDC light, you just need a general area. You have lights that get a large, broad area and have a lot of flood. This is the Javelot, and it's made to be more of a pinpoint beam, but it does give some flood around it, which to me makes a really good searchlight, or if you need to really get some distance. This is 1350 lumens on turbo, but it goes all the way down to 0.5 lumens. So you have a lot of capability in between. And it gets out to 750 meters of light. I mean, it is definitely a thrower. And we're going to check out all the details. We're going to do a torture test, which we typically do. These are waterproof, shockproof, and these lights really hold up. And it also comes in green. Now you get a 10% discount using Sootch00 with the affiliate link down below in the description. It does help support the Sootch channel, but guys, honestly, I've been reviewing Olights for over 12 years. And I've been carrying Olight as my regular EDC every day since then. All right, the new Javelot. Again, this is a real thrower. For EDC, a lot of times you want a little bit of diffused light to kind of broaden out an area. This has a very pinpoint beam, and yet it does have some flood around it, which I like. I don't like it too intense with no peripheral vision on the outside. And so this kind of gives you the best of both worlds. Of course, it comes in the matte black. I love their new finish. This just really makes it look more tactical. And then they have the green, they call it the OD green. It's more like a forest green. I really like this color, and it has the black accents. With the black model, it has the blue Olight, whether it's the bezel or here the bezel around your mode switch. But this is a brand new light from Olight. It is a tactical light because you have a tail switch, which you can activate, but you also have mode switches here, which you can go through different settings. So 1350 lumens total, and it gets up to 750 meters. Again, it really puts light at a long distance. One of the cool things too with these is even on the low settings, it'll actually throw the light more than it would with a diffused type light. Aircraft grade aluminum body. It has a hard anodized finish on it. These finishes last really well. One thing I will mention right up front, we're going to do a complete torture test on this light, but I wanted to do the complete tabletop before we got to it. But I will show the results of the torture test when we finish. 5.3 inches in length, it's 1.57 inches at the head or the bezel, and it's a 1-inch body. A lot of texturing here, and the vents that kind of keep it cool because LEDs do get hot. Metal tail switch, which is recessed, so you really have to mean to push it. If you give it just a low press, you get that medium setting. And this just for close up, things you want to see, you know, right up front. But if you want to just deep press, you go straight to turbo. And that's 1350 lumens. You can take the light and deep press it straight to turbo. Press and hold is momentary. Then if you just press and release quickly, then it's on constant on. And of course that's with both settings. And here we have constant on with the turbo. That's 137,000 candela. I mean, it is extremely bright, and it's warm. Now going through the modes, you just press and hold, and then you have your moonlight setting, and that's half of a lumen, 0.5 lumens. Press and hold, release, and that's 15 lumens. Press and release, you have 150 lumens. Press and release, you have 650 lumens. You can see that really intense hotspot, but you can also see the flood on the side. You get the flood and the intense beam at the middle. Now, if we double click, it goes to the 1350 lumens. And so this is your turbo setting. Now, to get to strobe, just triple click. And now we have strobe, and it is at the 1350 lumens. Now, the reason why you get that really long throw is this really deep, high polished reflector. And you see the LED down at the bottom, but this gives this light a lot of transmission and it makes it a strong beam. If you want more of a diffuse light, typically it has a shallow reflector. We have a nice crenulated bezel, and you can use this as an impact tool. I mean, one of the things about flashlights is they make excellent self-defense options, especially if you can get your hand around it and expose the bezel. And so it just gives you a non-lethal option. And you can carry this where you can't necessarily carry a dedicated weapon. It is rechargeable, and it has this magnetic pad that fits on the back. Plug this into any USB, and you can just charge it. I love that. I really am not a big fan of the batteries that have the port and you have to remove the battery. With this, you can charge it just like it is. One thing about Olight too is the quality, the threading, everything is very well done. You have an O-ring seal. And then we have the battery. This is a 21700 battery. It is 5000 milliamps and it's 3.6 volts. In fact, in the moonlight setting, it will go for 72 days. So gives you a lot of capability. Now here you can see the brass fittings inside, and then here at the back you've got a brass button. Now this goes in with the positive end first, and then you bring in the tail cap. Again, very nice threading, very smooth. And the fit and finish on this thing is excellent. These really hold up well. Now there are some mode settings where you can do lockout feature, and so you just press and hold, it'll come on. When it cuts off, now you see the red. And this is also your battery indicator. If you just press and hold for 2 seconds, it'll come back on. And then you can go right through your modes. Very simple. In fact, if you just press and hold, it'll go through all the modes. And again, turbo is that double click. This can be programmed, and you can check out the owner's manual. But it's a very simple system. So one of the things I like is right here at the end. It's very simple. If I need a little bit of light, or if I need that really bright light, I've got it right there with my thumb. And then again, we can go through all the modes right here. And then we'll see the battery indicator. It just shows up in green. When it gets down below 50%, it'll change to yellow, and then down to 25%, it goes to red. All right, guys, here we have the Olight Javelot. We've got the clip on it. You can have it with or without the clip. And I'm going to compare it to the Marauder Mini. Now the Javelot, again, it's a very pinpoint beam. It's 1350 lumens. Here we have the Marauder Mini, and I want you to look at, this is 7000 lumens. And this puts out a massive amount of light. Now, we're getting detail down there. Here is the Javelot. The Javelot just has a very pinpoint beam, and yet the Marauder Mini has those 7000 lumens. So this lights up a massive area. But now we can switch that to the Spotlight, and it has a very intense beam. One thing about this Spotlight, it's kind of like the LEP. It's kind of a laser-backed light, so it's very intense. But you're getting no spill whatsoever. I mean, it is just a spot. With the Javelot, we're getting that spot, yet we're getting spill all around it. And that is just really one of the big things. Now, you don't have that massive amount of light, but you can get real pinpoint. There are lights for different things, and this is definitely one of those throwers. Plus, it costs less than the Javelot Mini. But I'll tell you what, this thing is freaking crazy bright. But you can still see the Javelot piercing right in there around those 7000 lumens. Now these are IPX8, which means they are submersible for 2 meters up to 30 minutes, and they'll do that. Submersion test complete. We just never have any problems with Olights. The way they've sealed these things up, they're just excellent. And they're impact resistant up to 1.5 meters. But honestly, you can take it a lot higher than that. Impact test complete. And as usual, the Olight has defeated the Hummer. Guys, it's almost boring. When I take these out for test, we never have any problems. I'm not saying that you won't have a problem because they're electronics. They have a lifetime warranty. All right, guys, we've gone through the torture test. There's a lot of, dings you can see. I mean, we were throwing this up pretty high. We ran over it again with the Hummer a number of times, beat it on the post, no deformation on the bezel. So there's dirt in it, and these things, guys, can take abuse. Now this has a matte finish, which is a little bit different than the traditional finish. Here, look, this one, we went through hell and back on this Seeker 4 Mini. And same thing, ran over the Hummer, it slid. But guys, I'll tell you, all these lights, we test them over and over and over and over. And as you can see, after these have been through the test, they work. And these were in submersion test as well. Then of course with the Javelot, same thing. And we go through each of the modes, it's not a problem. Then we want to go to our tail switch, same thing. So it functions. And yet, I feel like that these are battle scars, and I will use these lights continually, even after the test. And again, guys, we do this over and over. Now, the one thing about Olight is their packaging. I mean, it's just excellently done. And here we have just a little warning, because the light will have this piece that blocks the battery. And so when you get the light, you'll need to take this out. Very simple, just like you're changing out a battery. And then here is the light. We're going to look at some of the accessories as well. We have this holster. It's a very well-made holster. It does click into place, and then you can just pull it right out. It has this nice clip, fits really well on the belt. But you also get a pocket clip. Now this, to me, goes naturally right back here. And if you want to just carry it in your pocket, and then you can get right to your light. And it actually identifies where the mode switch is. But the fact is this thing's raised, and it's pretty simple to be able to find that switch. But because it is recessed down, you don't inadvertently hit it. I mean, I'm pressing right here. Now I can hit it like that, but you've got to really mean to hit it. And yet, it's not too difficult to find. But then you always have your tail switch at the back. And of course, you do get your charging cable as well. Clip's real easy to fit in your belt, and it retains it. I've even got the pocket clip in here. Because the way this thing has this open end, it allows you to carry it that way. And then if I just want to slip this in my pocket, I've got that clip. But this is removable. This pouch is really nice. Locks into place, and there we go. Now the price on the Javelot is $104.99. These are very high quality lights, and they are very high performers. You do get a 10% discount using Sootch 00 with the link down below in the description. You also get free shipping, and Olight now offers a lifetime warranty on their flashlights. Now, Olight traditionally has had monthly sales, and so a lot of guys have been waiting on the sales to make purchases because it's really deep discounts on their sales. They've changed that now. They're doing it once a quarter. And to be honest, they're getting a lot of their lights in standard regular retail stores. Guys, I've been a fan of Olight for 12 years, and they are capable, excellent lights. I mean, when I really want something that I know I can depend on, I grab an Olight. And I have a lot of choices. And while there are some other cool lights, Olight makes the best. These are made in China, and a lot of times there's comments about that, and we get a lot of products from China. But the one thing to remember is that whatever you're watching this video on was made in China. So guys, again, 1350 lumens down to 0.5 lumens and a 750 meter beam distance. These are excellent lights for reaching out and touching someone. So guys, again, light is your number one security tool. It's very important to have light and a very capable light. This is going to be one that's going to get you out to distance, but again, it has that flood around it, so you're able to see what's going on outside of just that hot spot. Really high lumens, really long throw, and a nice compact size. And again, 10% discount using Sootch 00 with the link down below in the description. And we give a big thank you to Olight for sending the Javelot for this review. Be strong, be of good courage. God bless America. Long live the Republic. We have a hard, we have an aluminum, you could turn it to the side. No, it won't fit that way. It doesn't fit. Well, it does fit. Dang. Well, dang. God bless America. Long live the Republic. America. Now we have 1,750 lumens. Is that right?